Hi guys, it's Arian here from Life is Crafted, and I wanted to show you a little bit about what I'm up to. I thought I could share with you today a little bit of my to-do workflow setup and what I'm kind of using. Now these setups change, but this has been working really well for me at the moment. So yeah, I thought I'd share it. Maybe it might give you some ideas. You guys might have some feedback. So, okay. From a high level view, lots of things come in every day, you know, whether it's from your own ingenuity and your mind when you're jotting down notes, ideas spring up, or tasks and activities that come through via the email or your partner, or those things that just crop up, right? And then I guess the stuff that you're working on a day-to-day basis and the collection of information. So, thought I'd show you my beautiful Filofax. Now I'll do a more detailed setup. I'm still in the midst of putting it together with the Life is Crafted inserts, but I've got most of the important things in so far. And then there's another little A5 binder that I use. And this basically helps me to take notes, schedule things, plan projects, organize my ideas. So just want to show you how it works. So there's a couple of tools that are hidden inside of here. A5 Filofax. Now what I've done is in the back of the Filofax, so at the very back, is I've got two slimline notebooks. So the first one is my journal. I'm a bit of a journaler, and I always had, I guess, a hard time carrying my journal around so I could muse and, you know, put my thoughts out onto paper when the journal was quite thick, because that kind of added bulk on top of my organizer, on top of, you know, everything else that you carry in a handbag. Got me, girls? So I've decided to go for these just smaller ones. I know I might go through them a little bit more quickly, but it's just so much more portable and so much more usable. So this is, I mean, it was one of those quite cheap exercise books in an A5 size. These ones I got at Officeworks, so that was kind of some of the original packaging, and I just left it to show you. I then cut out some pretty pictures and put it on the front, so it's just a little bit more nice and fun to look at. So yeah, that fits nicely into the back. The other one, once again, also just got a slightly different brand with a slightly thicker notebook, is, I guess, like the notebook. You know, where I, if I go to a meeting, this is where I scribble down notes. If I have to put the detailed plans of my day, you know, like step 1, 2, 3 of what I'm working on as I'm kind of going along. It's bound, so it's not sort of meant to be that pretty. It's really just for scribblings and capturing things as I'm on the go. So I've got, you know, paper to write on that's not sort of the nice paper that you kind of sparingly want to use in here. You know, it's not the type of paper that maybe Filofax gives with you or Life is Crafted is doing, where you might be jotting down a phone number or scribbling together a little bit of a plan. So that's what I use that for. And then, I don't know about you, but if you journal, often my to-dos come up when I'm journaling away. So I leave them in there till the end of it and come back to it later and transfer them to, I guess, my tasks and activities list that are in my Filofax. And then separate from that, just because I like to keep things organized, and not all of this will fit into the Filofax where everything else in my life is this little A5 binder. Once again, quite, I think it was a couple of dollars from the stationery store. Just have one of these sort of claspers, you know, sort of elasticized things to keep it closed. And I've got this sort of magnetic thing there, so I don't lose it. I just hook it in that magnetic thing so it doesn't go awry when I'm using this. Now, I've got these cute, colorful tabs from Kinokuniya, or however you do it. And it's just a 2-hole punch, so I can add paper easily. The paper I'm using at the moment is also from Kinokuniya, the K word. And it's really nice paper. And you can see I've just kind of categorized it in different areas. So this is great when I'm like on paper wanting to plan out projects properly and then reference it later. And so I just scribble things at the front there on a piece of paper, and then I can file it for later reference or when I need to properly plan out that project. And it's more things I'm working on. In this notebook, in the notebook, I'm scribbling down ideas, you know, willy-nilly, ad hoc, all over the place. And this is where I'm kind of putting it together for a more usable format. I find those notebooks, you know, if you plan things out in them, there, you know, there's something on page 3 and then like related to it on page 7 and then related to it again on page 30. And when you're going back, when you're working on that project, it's hard to find in here. Whereas with loose leaf paper, it's just so much easier. Just unsnap the thing and then move it to the other areas of the binder. Now, in my Filofax then, is, you know, my weekly to-dos, my scheduled out to-do lists, and what I have sort of almost at the front is my master to-do list. Now, I'm just showing you a blank page there at the moment. But if ideas and tasks come up that don't really fit into the day or fit into that week or into that month, it might be something that I'm thinking about doing in a few months' time, I put it in my master to-do list, right? So I can refer back to that at a later stage. What I've started to do here is I categorize my master to-do list sort of around sort of quite high-level things. So it might be stuff to do around the house, it might be stuff to do with the wedding, it might be stuff to do with finances. So I've got a few different categories, and I'll go more into that in a different video. So I put things there. If the tasks and ideas and so on, and that's where I transfer it from my journal, from the notebook, and maybe from here if it's a higher level task, is I then put it into my either monthly goals or my weekly sheets or my daily things, right? So just to show you quickly, so this is this week, and I just jot things down once again in a categorized format. So I've got a couple different businesses going at the moment. I've got, you know, my personal life. I've got some sort of social contacts I need to do. So I've got those ones across the top. And if it's something that's actionable that I need to do this week, I'll put it up there. If it's something that I need to do then probably over the next week or two on a certain day, I'll put it down here. And then in the middle is my sort of appointments and actual scheduling time. So this system works if you go back and review, I guess, the different areas of the incoming information. At the beginning here, I think like most people, I've got a couple of post-it notes. So if I'm on the go and something comes up, I just jot it down here. And then when at a more suitable time, I will then transfer that action to either the weekly list or the master list, depending on whether it's more short-term or more long-term. What I like about these guys is because they're thin, is that they fit so nicely into the back of the planner. Right, they stick out a little bit, and I'm wondering if this will work still when my planner gets a little bit fatter with all the different pages, but at the moment it seems to be working really well. I just feel like it's all nice and compactly organized. The other thing is, if I don't want to lug this around with me, but I'm planning on, you know, maybe thinking out a project, is I've got a few of the loose leaf sheets. Once again in the back here, I think once I have my inserts and tabs, I might put a little envelope style or sort of corner tab so this will sit in and doesn't fly around. But yeah, so that was just a short video, I guess, on showing you some of my workflows. So yeah, using this for my scheduling, master to-do lists, etc. The journal for musings on the go, the notebook for meetings, just general scribblings, which I might then transfer some of the actions into the scheduler. And then this little cute A5 binder for, you know, project work. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it. If you've got any feedback or comments or questions, let me know below. And I'll see what I can do. And I can't wait to show you the proper setup when I've got it done there. So, thanks guys.